I'd like to take my hat off to Iona. They did a great job tonight. I thought we got the game played on our terms. In a sense, it was more of a defensive game. It wasn't very pretty. We came up short. Give them credit for a great win. Not the way this senior class I envision going out, or what they deserve, but that's sports, and it's a great representation of life. Things aren't fair, and things don't always go your way, but these four seniors, two of them that are up here, are as classy as it gets. I'm going to miss them terribly.
Jaden Daly, Daily Dose of Hoops. Steve, was it a case of really the shots not falling? You did a lot of great things defensively and held Iona to 37. Was it just not being able to get a shot to fall?
I'm going to give Iona credit. I don't buy in shots not falling. There's a reason they don't fall, and I think Iona did a really good job defensively. I think we missed some layups. I think we missed some chippies. We didn't do some little things, but I thought Iona did a really good job defensively. I thought we did a good job defensively. I thought the difference in the game was the live ball turnovers and the free throw line. They got to the free throw line 12 more times than us. We lost by 12, and I thought that was the difference, the free throw line, and we had a couple live ball turnovers that led to buckets.
You mentioned that you feel this isn't the way the senior class should go out, despite the disappointment in having it end this soon and sooner than you may have hoped. What positives can you take away from this year?
So many. We had so much fun together. The bond I have with these guys, especially this senior class, is a special one. So, we're always taking things away. There's always a lot of positives. It's unfortunate it ended a little too soon.
And for Rich and Zane, 4 years, Rich in your case 5, the championships to start your careers, what will you remember most from your time?
First off, I would just like to thank Manhattan College, Coach Masiello, for my time here. It's been an unbelievable time. If I could go back, I would choose Manhattan again. But my time here, all I remember is winning, man. Like, I came here as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid, and I just learned a lot from my peers. And like I said, out 2 NCAA appearances, great, like Zane, great teammates. Every year I was here, so in a nutshell, it was all good, and I wouldn't take it back.
It was just like a family atmosphere. I'm gonna miss my family. Like, I'm gonna miss playing with these guys every night. I'm gonna miss it a lot.
Coach Charles LaPulse, MC Quad. Can you talk a little bit about the general message, I guess, in the locker room after tonight's game, and how it may be different for Zane and Rich, Cal and Z, compared to Paulie and Cap will be back here next year?
It was a celebration. As crazy as that sounds, I just told them, what they meant to me and what they meant to Manhattan College. You really can't put into words. You're talking about a group of guys that I've seen them grow more as people than probably any 4 seniors I've ever had. You're talking about Rich Williams getting a master's. It's special. 4 guys who are going to graduate and go on to the real world and achieve great things. They've grown as people, they've grown as students, they've grown as players. They've answered the bell every single time. And I just thanked them for it. You don't get guys like that often. Whatever I said, they answered the call, and I love them for it. I love them for the people they are. So for me, it's a group I'm going to miss a lot because of what they mean to me in the program and how they've handled themselves. For Paulie, it's what Paulie makes of it. This feeling you have is not a good feeling. It hurts a lot, especially when you put what we put into it. It's not a fun feeling, and you got to use that as fuel. You got to use that as your motivation. That has to be your reason for why you achieve great things in life. It's okay to feel pain. It's what you do with it. And I told the seniors, don't think because you did the right things for so long and you didn't get maybe what we wanted or deserved, there's not great things ahead for them, because there is. I firmly believe you're going to see these guys go on and achieve special things they leave Manhattan, and that's a lot for me.
Paulie, building off that, can you talk a little bit about what you learned from everybody on this dais here, from Rich and Zane, even Coach, and some of the other guys in that locker room, the older guys that won't be back here next year?
Well, overall this whole year, they just leaded us all year round, and they just picked us up when we were down all throughout every single game. So that's one big thing I learned from them. But throughout this whole season, they just helped us. They just lifted us up when we needed that. So that's one big thing I learned. So I know I could translate that over to the next team for next year.
Coach, Ken Kreitzer, Sons of the American Legion Radio. It seemed like it was a game like the one at Iona a couple of weeks ago, or last Friday night, where Iona just kept a lead. Was it frustrating? You had two of Iona's forwards in foul trouble, trying to catch up on the last 7-8 minutes of this one.
I thought it was a totally different game. At their place, they shot like 54%. Tonight, they were below 40 most of the night. So we were getting stops. I thought at their place we had a tough time getting stops. It was frustrating because we couldn't make the plays we needed to down the stretch. Zane came up with rolled his ankle pretty bad, tried to give it a go. We couldn't finish it out, and missed a couple chippies, had a turnover. So it's frustrating that we couldn't make the plays to get it to a 2 or 3 possession game. We kind of always hung around that 8 to 12 mark. We got the stops we wanted, come down, miss a free throw, have a turnover. So it's frustrating when you have it on your terms, when you want to play the game the way you want to play it, and then you can't capitalize on that. That was a little frustrating, but give Iona credit. Tim does a terrific job. There's a reason they're the back-to-back champions, and I have nothing but all the respect in the world for them.
Steve, in the warm-ups, Paulie was probably one of the most vocal, emphasizing the need to communicate more. And now as the face of the program next year, he and Tommy as well. What can you say about how much he's embraced the culture his first year in the program?
Paulie's, we all know what Paulie is and what he represents. Top shot blocker, first guy I've ever named as a captain. He does things the Manhattan way. He represents the program, the campus, and the school the way you want it represented. And it's a big off season for him. I think he's got a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but now it's time for him to get to work and show what he can do these next 2 years.
Final question.
Paulie, if you can follow that up, going into next season as one of the faces of the program, how much has this season really shaped the foundation for you?
To me, I necessarily don't look at the L as a loss. I learned from everything we've been through this season, so I'm just gonna learn from it and translate it and turn it into a positive for next season.